Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Basepaths. I'm Luke Cummich. Joining me today, Nick Morabito. Um, Nick, how we doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on here.
No problem, man. Let's get right into it because you're a guy who rose very quickly up the ranks and are now sitting at 90 on MLB.com. Um, and really, all of that has happened since last spring, which is extremely impressive on your part. So just talk a little bit about how, all of a sudden all this attention came at you and what really changed that really got eyes on you.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I wasn't one of those guys who, from their freshman year of high school started off with people talking about them going to the draft and stuff. I was even one of those guys that committed later too. And yeah, what really changed was I think it was my work ethic and I saw these people committing and getting stuff thrown at their name, and it was kind of like a chip on my shoulder. And I told myself I wasn't going to let anybody else work harder than me, and that's really what pushed me and got me to this point. Yeah, and within the last year or so, it's all just been spiraling upwards, and a bunch of draft stuff, and within this last year, and it's been a lot, but I'm taking it day by day, and I'm just trying to live it right now, and it's been real fun. So
Yeah, man. That's got to be a wild ride. Again, like baseball recruiting is so different than every other sport. Like you got guys committing freshman year
yeah,
and to, these Power 5 schools and you're like, "All right, this is ridiculous. This kid's 13. He's got, offers from Texas. Like what's going on here?" Um
exactly.
like so it's wild and to see someone, like yourself who waited their turn, worked and really eventually got what you wanted. Now you have commitment to VT, which is awesome. Great team. We saw that in the postseason this year. They're a lot of fun. And now you're, top 190 guy in the draft. Um, so that's awesome. I think it's really cool that, you're more of a late bloomer, even though in your eyes you're probably, this good and you could do this the whole time. Just nobody was looking at your way.
Hmm.
Um, we're gonna get into a little bit of your game because you're quoted as being built like a football player. Um, because you're 5'11", what 190 ish.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so your comp is a smaller Clint Frazier type, which people forget Clint Frazier was that guy coming out. He was ranked higher than Aaron Judge and stuff like that. So
yeah,
people forget that like that is a very lofty statement, a pretty cool comp, and I think you're a very um, different player than a lot of guys because a lot of these guys know where they're going to play or like have two positions that they know they're going to play. You
yeah.
obviously right now are a shortstop, but they have you projected all over the field on every different site, saying you could play anywhere from short, second, or one of the center field to corner outfielder if you're need like you can do anything basically is what everyone's saying and that you could develop into any type of player that you really want to.
Hmm.
So just talk a little bit about your game and what makes you different than everybody else.
Yeah. I would say the main part of my game is my ability to hit. I've really hit all my life, and I think that's the best part of my game. I believe that I can hit for average, I can hit for power. Um, and I think that's one of the reasons why this draft looks and college commitments, and I think that's the main reason why this stuff started happening. Um, and yeah, this year for high school, I played a bunch, and I probably played like 50% of my games at shortstop, and then like another 50% in center field. And as far as defensive wise, I felt comfortable at both those positions. Um, and I grew up as an infielder. I've played infield my whole life, and really last summer with my travel team, um, that's when I started playing in the outfield a little bit more. I was playing half the games at second and half in center, and my coach put me out there, and he put me in center field over, some kids who were primary outfielders. And, my coaches felt like I could play really good center field, and I did. And I played a really good second base as well. And, this year in high school for a shortstop, I played a really good shortstop, and I played a really good center. Um, but yeah, and in the important games, like in our playoff series and stuff, I played in center. Um, I'd like to remain in the infield at whatever next level it is, but wherever they'll put me, I'll play. I'll play anywhere. So
Yeah, man, you have options, which is the good part. Like, baseball is all about being available. Availability is the best ability and all that, all those cliches that coaches will throw at you. But
mhm.
like, really, you could do outfield, infield, wherever somebody needs you, you can play, and that'll help you get reps and all that. And, reps is always fun. You get to play more baseball. Um, but another thing about your game that's crazy impressive for a guy your size. Your bat speed is ridiculous. Like, bro, your swing is like that. Like you're on the ball before it even, before you can even see your bat move, you're on the ball. And that's something that, even at your size helps you get that power.
Mhm.
Because, you're over here, your max exit velocity on PBRs, 99.2, which that might not be updated, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
What were you saying?
All right, my bad. No, I thought you said something. My headphones are freaking out. I'll cut this part out. Don't worry about it. Uh, my headphones have been weird all day since the last interview I did. Um, but yeah, more than just your bat speed, you have pop. Like max distance on PBR also says 360 again. Don't know if that's updated for this year. Normally those are just like the showcase games and everything. Uh, but you're really an all around guy because of your bat speed. Your bat speed allows you to hit for that power and hit for that contact. Um, and that's something that's going to be, special about your game that not a lot of other guys have. You want to talk a little bit about how you developed your swing to be like that?
Yeah, I mean, so my uncle, he's been my hitting coach ever since I was young. He played at Wake Forest, and then he played a little bit with the White Sox after that. Made it up to Single A, and he's been my hitting coach. He's been the one who taught me how to swing really, and develop my swing. And my uncle, I mean, not sorry, not my uncle, my dad, he played as well. He played at JMU. He's not so much as a hitting coach, but helped me in that fact too. But yeah, my uncle. It's funny. He has a cage in his basement, so it's pretty easy for me to go over there and hit. Um, but yeah, what he really focuses on, and in his he does lessons for other kids as well. He kind of started getting into that. Like he has two kids who both played in college, and he started doing lessons, so to say, with them, and started bringing other kids into it. But yeah, and his focus with my swing and all of his other kids' swings is just creating the most simple swing possible to put the best barrel on the ball. And me and him aren't really big believers in doing anything extra in your swing, like with your hands or your stride, and um, especially when you start to go up levels and the pitching's harder, and they're throwing better stuff. You gotta keep everything as simple as possible, and I really like to use that as like a reminder in my head in the box. Like I'll just tell myself to keep quiet and be relaxed. Um, but yeah, and that's how I really developed my swing was through him. And after he actually retired, he made a tee. It's called Perfect Swings USA, and it's like this tee where it has a plane on it, and it's like a hitting coach without a hitting coach there. And I use that. I've been using it for a while. At first, it just started off with like a wooden top in the bottom of a desk chair, but now it's an actual product. So I've been using that for a while, and yeah, that's really how I've developed my swing.
Yeah, man. I mean, that T is definitely working. According to PBR again, you have, a sweet spot percentage of 70, which is insane. I don't know how you can even, hit the ball in the sweet spot 70% of the time. Um, that's a ridiculous number. But another big thing in your game, not just bat speed, you're just you're quick, like you're fast, like you're just a fast guy.
Mhm.
Um, is do you think your speed is more of an asset on the offensive or defensive side of the ball when you're in center field or running the bases?
Uh, I honestly, I'd probably say on the offensive side of the ball, as far as base running and stuff. Um, I just I think it really helped me a lot this year, especially with stealing. But yeah, I think it's. I mean, it definitely played a factor, obviously, at shortstop and in center field. Getting the balls and having jumps on balls and good instincts. But using my speed this year in high school and it definitely helped a lot. I think I had 52 steals this year, so it helped a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, 52 steals is, a number that some guys get in the entire MLB season. Um, and you got it in a high school season. You were able to steal those 52 bases with 545 average, 12 home runs, 10 doubles, six triples. So you're not just like this speed threat. Again, we talked about the power because of the bad speed, 10 home runs this season. You're really an all around player, and obviously comes through in your game, and not just being an all around player in the sense of, hey, I can hit for contact and power, but you're also fast. You are great at fielding. You're really a very underrated five tool guy, in my opinion. And I think a lot of websites right now are undervaluing all of your skills.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to kind of the more stuff about you. So a lot of people and baseball fans in general don't really, pay attention to the minor leagues unless one, they live in a town that has a team, or two, they have a guy like Anthony Volpe or Adley Rushman
Mhm.
in their farm system. So just talk a little bit about how, your love for the game and why you want to, play baseball at the college or professional level.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing baseball. It's been a part of my family. Like I said before, my uncle and my dad played it. I have a younger brother. He's a year younger than me. He plays it. He actually just committed to Bucknell, so I'm pretty happy for him. And it's just, it's in my family, and having baseball in my family like that from the start. That's really how I developed that love for the game. And you know, doing all this work and seeing success pay off on the field. Um, there's nothing better than that. And um, it's something I love to do. Like I love to work hard and I love to work hard for baseball. And you know why? Because this is just what I love. And my dad really helped me kind of develop that love for the game. And he gave me that courage and determination to keep pushing forward and go harder. And he really kind of taught me what it's like to work hard. We're Morbitos. We're not really blessed with being 6'4", 250 pounds. My dad's like 5'8", and he grew up, and him and his brother, my uncle, they had a cage when they were younger, and they would just hit all day. And that's kind of what me and my dad do now. And he's really shown me what it's like to work hard. When I was, 9 years old, my dad would be like, "Let's go out and hit." I was a 9-year old. I didn't want to go out and hit. I wanted to like play video games or something. But now, as I'm older, I'm the one that's asking him to go out and hit. And so he's really shown me what that's like, and it's really given me that extra drive and motivation to keep going.
Yeah, man, that's awesome that it's like a family thing for you. A lot of guys, it's a family thing, but because like they were, they play and they're very good and their family just loves baseball. But your family, you guys are clearly, 5'8" playing, D1 baseball is extremely impressive for your dad and your uncle, making it to the minors and all that. So this is like in your blood more than just, hey, my family likes it. Like this is who your family is, and that's really cool.
Hmm.
Um, Now we're gonna move on to like, who's a guy, who's your favorite player, and then who's someone you model your game after.
Yeah. My favorite player is Trey Turner. I watched him a lot on the Nats before he went to the Dodgers. He Yeah, he's my favorite player. I love what he does. I feel like I can relate to him in a bunch of ways too. He can he can hit for average, definitely. He definitely proved that last year with the highest average. I think he started kind of tapping into that power side as well. And he can fly on the bases, and he's just an excellent shortstop. And he's versatile too. I think he's played on the outfield before, and he's versatile. And most importantly, he's a very humble dude, and um, he loves to play hard, and he has a great attitude towards the game. And I like Dansby Swanson as well. I feel like he's similar to Trey Turner a lot, and they both have got level heads, and I like how Dansby Swanson's just a really good Christian as well. I know he talks about that a lot, and I have a lot of respect for that. But I mean, on the other hand, I don't really model my game after anybody. I mean, there's definitely like swings when I was younger I would try to emulate or something. Like I love to try and swing like Robinson Cano or um, I don't know. Yeah, like those guys, but I never really emulate my game after someone. I just try to play my game and play like Nick Morabito, not like anyone else. So
Yeah, man. That's first of all, I can kind of like tell that you're with the guys you named, you are very much, there are similarities between your game and them. Trey Turner is another guy who has crazy bat speed and it lets him get that power, even though he has a slighter frame. He's not super built. Like he's
mhm,
a skinnier guy. He's probably still, jacked, but he's
mhm.
skinnier for the MLB. Um, and Dansby Swanson does the same thing. His bat speed is how he keeps his average so high. So that makes like total sense. And both of the guys you named are very level headed. Are you the same way when you're out there playing? Or are you chirping at people?
No, I'm very level headed, and I'm not the type of guy to strike out and go slam my helmet or yell at people or anything. And here and there, like I'll get upset or I don't do a lot of chirping or anything. I think when maybe I was younger, that was more the case. But as I've matured and gotten older, I feel like the best way to so and so chirp is just to talk with your bat. And yeah, I'm very level headed, and being a leader on teams, like I feel like the best way to lead is by example, and leading guys and trying and doing negative things isn't like slamming your bat or yelling at people isn't a way to lead a team. I feel like it's the best way to do that is with good examples. If you strike out, it's on to the next. Don't worry about it. Forget it. Um, and you got it. That's the best way to play the game is with a level head. Because if you're thinking about your past error or strikeout, you're going to be stuck there, and then it'll happen again. So yeah, I consider myself a level-headed player.
Yeah, man, that's honestly, I could see how guys do get, they like the swag, they like chirping at people. I don't, I could never do it. That's just who I am. Like I could never be chirping at guys and, talking smack and stuff like that. Like that's just not I don't know how people do, but it's cool when they do. Like I like watching it on TV.
Yeah,
But I couldn't do that and, it makes sense that you would, model not model your game, but like those 2 players
yeah,
and then try and be the same way on, when you're in the field and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, so now we're gonna move on to everyone's favorite questions from my mother. Uh, my mom loves to learn about the actual people who I interview. She's weird like that. So there are 4 questions from my mom that I'm asking players. So first off, um, what is your favorite type of music and then song?
Hmm. All right. I kind of listen to like I don't know. My favorite type of music is like hip hop. Um, yeah, it's definitely the stuff I listen to most. Um, and then I like to listen to like I don't know. So there's hip hop. I like to listen to like house music, so to say, like EDM, and not so much EDM, just like house music. And then I like a little bit of country, kind of. I kind of got into Morgan Wallen like within the last couple of months. He's like the only country guy I really listen to. And then like I don't know what category, but like Coldplay, Kings of Leon, those types of guys, Green Day. But I definitely listen to hip hop the most, and I don't know, my favorite song right now, I don't think this goes under hip hop, but I like it's Wrapped Around Your Fingers by Post Malone. It's in his new album. It's not a hip hop song. I like Post Malone a lot. He's probably my him or Drake are probably my favorite guys right now.
All right, so just kind of piggybacking off of that, what would your walk-up song be? Like MLB first day, your debut, you're getting out there, starting shortstop for enter team name. What's your walk-up song?
It's a good question. My walk up song this year was "My Love" by Justin Timberlake. Um,
Nice.
I don't know. I think it'd be "Desperado" by Rihanna.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a
One of
great choice.
one of my teammates had that this year, and like every time he got up, I was like, "Dang, I should have done that one."
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Whoever that is, shout out to him because that's some good thinking right there. Um, all right. Question number 2 from my mother. What is your favorite restaurant and actual like meal to get?
Chipotle. I already had it today, but it's double chicken, white rice, sour cream, lettuce, cheese, salsa, black beans, and a side tortilla. I probably get it like 4 times a week. It's so good. I love Chipotle.
4 times a week.
And
That's
yeah, during COVID when we had online school, there were probably like 2 months where like I got it every day. Like literally,
oof.
I ate
Man,
so much Chipotle.
bro, that's a pretty penny right there. That's Chipotle is not cheap, bro.
Yeah,
4 times a week. Dang. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not a big Chipotle guy, mostly because I got food poisoning there. But I
yeah,
do enjoy, restaurants like that. Like up
yeah,
here we got Bubba and stuff like that. So I rock with that.
yeah.
Um, all right. So question number 3 from my mother. What's your favorite color and why?
Purple because the school that I went to, Gonzaga, it's our school colors, and we're big on the purple, and our motto is God is purple. So definitely purple.
All right, man. I mean, my buddy's going to NYU, so I've been seeing a lot of purple
Yeah,
recently. And yeah, I mean, great color choice, first of all. And it's a little different. Not everybody's gonna be saying purple. A lot of people are blue, red, or green, they're very, very basic, but I like
yeah.
it, switching it up a little bit. And last one, question from my mom. Are you a big, working in the community guy? I know you talk a lot about, being a Christian. I can see the cross in the background there. Are you a big community guy, and are you gonna continue that into, like when you're a minor league, you're doing events with kids and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all the community stuff I do was through my school, and um, my high school, they really encouraged us to go out and do service. And a lot of the service I did this year was through this. My school actually has a homeless shelter, or they make food and stuff for the homeless people in DC. And I worked a bunch there over the summer and in this year. Um, and yeah, I believe in helping the less fortunate, and charity work. And I feel like it's not just good for the people you're helping, but it's good for yourself as well, and it's good for the soul and for the mind. And but yeah, as I move forward, I want to do more volunteering and more charity work. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for joining me, and thank you everybody at home for listening. Um, episode 2 came out last week with Walker Jenkins. He's a 2023 guy. You're a 2022 guy, so I'll be rooting for you coming
Yeah,
up here on July 17th, and I'm sure everyone listening will be as well. Um, but yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for coming on the show, Nick, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.